Guys, we got a problem. We got to solve this and walk you through the yard. I mean, look at this. We got an upside down chair. We got another upside down chair. Somebody then chewed up the water hose. That was a new 100-foot water hose. It's wooden fell down. We had to put more bricks over here. Look at this. They walked through this fence over here, and then I had to buy another brick and put that over there. I go and get a bunch of stuff from Home Depot the other day, on Lowe's, my bad, so I could fill this hole and get this. Guys, we've got this crafted, what do you call this?
It's a mezcal.
A mezcal. This guy wrapped it real nice for us. And Jamarcus is going to show us how to make this stuff taste good. I've been informed that it's not that good. We're going to go out and walk you through the backyard. The dogs have created a disaster. I mean, they destroyed the backyard, which means we have a problem. Second, I'm going to prep a little lamb and teach you a little bit about meat. You don't beat your meat. You let it rest. Give your meat a break. But he's going to walk us through how to make this taste better than average. And we're going to let everybody take a little swig, especially because Cat hates it. And again, hopefully you can use this recipe and try it yourself, but stay tuned. Fitbully here. I mean, Fitbully. I'm so tired, people. T-Fit here. Fitbully TV. Like, subscribe, and share, people. Share to anybody who needs to be uplifted today and just enjoy us going through hell. All right, so what he's doing right now, he's about to open up this, man. We was at the mall here in Texas, and literally, it was a crafted, what was it, crafted wine or beer? Oh, there it is right there. Crafted. And you go, that's crazy. This place is very unique.
It's a bartender's dream.
Yeah. And Jamarcus saw this bottle and he kept looking. I said, bro, go ahead and get it, man. Just do something special with it. And this is called Bozal. Borrego. What's a Mezcal? And this is a tequila, right?
This is a form of tequila, yes. Mezcal is a form of tequila.
And how many forms of tequila are there? Do you know?
I don't know off the top, but I know as far as mezcal is concerned, there's 3 different types of mezcal. It's just based off the way they're produced.
There you go. Now, mind you, from my understanding, I've never had this. People say, "Hey, this is the gross." Most people don't like it. It's like drinking gin. You either like gin or you don't. So we're gonna see if you can make it pop like a Chris Brown song and take away the flavor, especially if it's not appreciated. And again, I've never had it, so you don't get my first reaction to a sip, and I'm not hiding nothing. If I think it's gross, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah. And the goal is not to mask or hide, it's to highlight, if anything. In this case, mezcals tend to be a lot more smokier than your typical tequila, so they have a little more bite to it as well. So in this case, what I'm doing is I'm gonna complement the smoke because it does go through a barrel aging process, and also even when they pull the agave plants, they put them on hot coals too and actually kind of roast them, which also gives it that smoky flavor. So it also gives it that more bite on the back end. But what I'm gonna do here specifically is just keep it simple, complement the smoke. Usually things like vanilla, honey usually complement things that are barrel aged. So I'm making a honey simple syrup right now. Water starting to boil. As Trev was just telling me, he said it very well, so I can't take credit for this. But
you can, man. We all getting the same.
Yeah, but basically he was like, why, just why make a honey simple syrup and not just use the honey? Because honey's too thick. So even if you were to put honey into a shaker tin and try to shake it up, it's gonna turn into chunks. It won't be smooth. It won't be balanced throughout the drink. So turning it into a simple syrup, as he said, water takes on the form of anything. And in doing that, that's how you're able to create those different type of syrups. If you watch that show Drink Masters, there's basil simple syrups, all kinds of strawberry simple syrups. It's just literally infusing the water with the flavor, and then adding some sugar in some cases. In this case, since it's honey, you don't have to add any sugar. But that's where the sweetness is going to come from.
There you go, people. And mind you, you say, hey, what's this got to do with dogs? Look, sometimes you got to take a drink to go deal with these dogs. And you say, man, these dogs I'm sure you got to find the gloves. And that's to put it on so they don't chew you up. Especially if these dogs haven't worked in a few days. They've really done too much. So they get chompy. and we get chewed up in the process, and I got the hands to prove it. So you just go, let's put you guys on game with a little gin and I'll play a little tequila, a little drink, a little cooking, because all this goes in. I mean, I cook meals 4 or 5 hours. I cook things over 4 or 5 hour time frames. Jamarcus sometimes says, "Oh, I can make a drink out of this," and we go from there. Stay tuned. They didn't rip my bag and destroyed the sand. Like, who even tries to dig up sand? And this got drug over here. So you're like, yo, I needed this sand to be. I put 2 bags of sand here, and I'm gonna top it off with some topsoil dirt. If you use water at times and put that on the dirt, it'll turn into not concrete, but it'll harden. Then look over this over here. This is a problem. This is truly a problem. Oh, it looks like they even was digging here and need some more oil. So what do you do in these kind of situations, people? How do you protect your backyard? How do you keep your dogs from being on the other side of the fence, from destroying things and being destructive? I'll be very clear in saying, Ego and Tron, this is not their, they don't do this. They don't do this stuff at all. Now, they will chew up a toy. Come up here and Tron ate my Frisbee. He'll do that. And but when you're seeing this type of behavior, it's due to the lack of stimulation. And unfortunately, Kat has a dog that she rescued, and she's a digger. She's a digger. She's the one who incite digging. You know what that does? Teach other dogs to dig. So you come over here and she's like, hey, I let Hera out with so-and-so. I think it was either Lolo or somebody. Because Hera gets a little fussy. He's getting a little fussier. Let her out, and guess what? So guys, you could, I don't know. Let me see. Is this camera? Okay, yeah, you can see a little sting. That looked like a little hot toddy there. But what we got here is the simple syrup that he's made, and it's hot. So he's about to put it in here and chill it.
Let it cool off. Always want to let your syrups cool, people.
Yeah, and I asked him, why couldn't you just make this a hot drink? And he was, hey, put it on top, because I'm using that. Yeah, put it there.
So let me put like something on the thing, because that glass is still a little warm, and I don't want it to crack though.
You think it'll crack?
Potentially.
I don't think so. I don't think it will, but you never know. Point is, he said it imbalances the drink when you basically go in and don't let the honey rest. We let the meat rest when we're cooking it for 20-30 minutes, and that's for it to suck up all the juices and all the little bit more of the flavor and finish cooking just a tad. But objectively, you say what though?
It throws off the balance of the drink. So just imagine you're adding something hot to a drink that's not meant to be hot. And then when it ends up happening, ice starts to melt, it dilutes the drink a lot quicker, so all these little things start taking place, and then the drink is not the same as the first one that you had. So it throws off the balance. Heat is what plays a factor in throwing off the balance on this one.
Boom. Hera and her on the other side of the fence. So you have to put up new rules, new stipulations, more stimulation, and basically, Jamarcus and I, this turns into a job for us because now we've got to keep these dogs going and really get them into a solid routine. Because Ego, if I'm not out here, he's either under this thing or sitting at the back door, and if he really don't want to be out here, start barking, and you don't hear Ego bark. So what would you do in this situation? Well, we're about to have playtime, and the only thing they're gonna be thinking about when they get done working is getting inside and getting cool. There's the problem. So stay tuned, people. Guys, this right here is a leg of lamb. It's called a lamb roast, a lamb leg roast. So I've been cooking leg of lamb, and I like to make me a little gyro, because sometimes I think I'm a hero. But there's a couple things that I would do whenever you are cooking meat or trying to prepare meat, especially of this caliber, and even more importantly, it's going to take you 5 good hours to cook. Now, I literally let the meat come out, sit, get to room temperature, dry out. And realistically, it gets to room temperature through here. I get rid of this trash, and then I put it in the refrigerator. What's the refrigerator going to do? The refrigerator literally, there we go. The refrigerator is going to cool it and dry it in a sense. Then I'll let it brine overnight. Overnight, I'll put a little salt, and sometimes some honey, depending on how I want this thing to be cooked. And some people just use vinegar, some other stuff. But oh man, look at that right there. Now that's pretty. I'm gonna have to cut the fat cap off. But remember, lamb already doesn't have a lot of fat on it. So I actually like leaving the fat, and then people can just pick it off, because normally once you cook it, the fat will come off. But this is kind of That's a good layer of fat right there. So what I'm gonna do is let this rest. It's gonna sit in the refrigerator on the bottom shelf. It's gonna cool and this is gonna get dry. So what I'll do in the next, tonight, I'll come in and I'll see if it's sticky. When it gets sticky is when I can basically, I call it rehydrating. That's not what you would technically call it, but I call it rehydrating, meaning I get to fill it back up with some juices. And in adding the juices, I'm really just adding flavor. So stay tuned. And this will probably be on another episode because this is literally 2-3 day process. And this is what I do all week long. I literally cook throughout the week, and most meals are 4 or 5 hour meals. And I go through this process almost with every major meat that I'm putting together. I make sure that it rests. I make sure that it dries. I make sure that it's properly flavored, and that's got to sit on it for at least 3 to 6 hours, if not a half a day. So tonight, once that thing gets dry, what will I be doing? I'll put together my sauce and I'll let that thing sit in there and get super flavorful. Other things that you can do different times is you can bag it, vacuum seal it, and let that get on top of it. And then I'm gonna make a balsamic sauce that I'm gonna put over land, and I'll show you what their take is on the meal and if it was good or not. So a couple things, people. Ego's a dog who definitely has a limit, but unfortunately, if you don't cut the limit off, he will probably kill himself holding on to that rope. What I've seen in this Texas heat is them both basically give up at some point. I leave the rope out here to show people that, hey, they're not that interested unless I grab it. And for the most part, he'll sit at the back door and wait for me. So what we're about to do is wear him out on this flirt pole a little bit, and then we'll put him up. But I'll harass him and work him up. And then we'll bring the next dog out, and Cha-Cha will be the dog where I really try to like show you guys, like, look, when she hits her limit, she's done. She'll quit and walk into the shade. She'll be like, all right, buddy. Now the problem is today is actually real nice. So technically, today would be a day I let Ego and Tron get after it together and basically exert themselves to the point where they're super tired. So I'm gonna do a little flirt probe with him, and then I'll probably put it up and bring out Tron. And let them kind of get after it, and then let them spend 20-30 minutes having a good time, and then put them up. What's up, man? Move. Hey, move. Hey, what did I tell you to do when you're up? Now another thing too, people, this right here is a little hole. You don't want your dog to land in that thing funny, trust me. I know. It costs you a lot of money to fix this thing. All right? So we gotta move a little bit over here. Hey, relax, work. Good boy. I remember your dog, they hold on to this rope or this pillow, whatever we're doing at the time, with all they might. And the only way they sweat and breathe is out of their mouth and paws. So he's tired, he's wore out. Hey, watch out, buddy. I want him to get my kneecap. That'll be an ugly show. And all I gotta do is sit here, keep him slightly entertained for a little bit. Then I'll out him, then I'll bring out Trinisha, let them play for 30, and then finish with the rest of the dogs. People, stay tuned, keep taking care of your dogs. It's part of your behavioral problems, just like a kid. Idle mind's the devil's workshop. If the dog doesn't get properly stimulated, just like us, we start thinking of stupid stuff to do. Stupid, just straight stupid. Stay tuned, people. We're going.
You waste the whole thing.
We got the Mozambique Bozal, and this stuff, it literally smells like rubbing alcohol. We got Cat participating for a moment, and we're just testing the theory. You take a little swig of that without it, so this thing can see your first reaction, because this stuff is awful.
I have to smell it, but I know I shouldn't.
No, you don't want to smell this stuff. Look, people, this is awful. And I didn't know what she meant, because I'm thinking, there's no way Only thing worse than that is Everclear. So get this. Now, that's exactly how you feel drinking this crap, people. Now I'm about to add a little twist. What we did was we washed. We basically created a simple syrup. Marcus did, to be clear, and it was rooted in honey. So by the time we were done, and I kept stacking flavors, you no longer can taste it. And not only, and I do it with beef, not only in the bathroom, because as you know, the flavors are so strong and distinct.
Were you drunk when you did this? I don't know if I believe you.
No.
Oh my God.
Just a little sweet.
That smoke is still there. It's much better. It's much better than it on its own, but I can't get without some mezcal. It's disgusting.
Now get this. I'm gonna keep stacking it. Look, because that was just the beginning. That's when it was like, oh wow, that's interesting.
The honey definitely goes well. The honey definitely goes with it, but I'm not there yet.
Then you turn around and you add a little ginger. So now we've added the ginger. This is one of the ones where you stir it and you take more flavor out.
Oh yeah, it's gone. I don't smell the smoke. What is this?
It's a ginger
Oh, it's
beer.
just ginger beer.
So she's very sensitive to smells, which definitely impact her palate. Now you see the face is gone. She can't fake a face, so all of a sudden the face is gone. Guys, this is real time right here. Real time when you're watching it, she's scratching her head like, how did this happen? How did this happen where I'm no longer frowning at this nasty ass mezcal? And I'm with her 100%. Like I think the only thing worse than this is probably Everclear. And Everclear had me on your neck, but I go, dude, this is ridiculously disgusting.
Awful.
But you see how we masked that?
Yeah.
And we kept stacking it.
The smoke is there, but not in like a punch you in the face way.
It's not overbearing.
Yeah. Much better.
See, that's
Good job.
crazy.
2 claps. 3 claps.
We figured it out. I'm gonna have them all do the same thing.
He's getting tired.
The tahiti's gonna take it to and get this after you drink it, you get a little bite. It's very different.
Oh yeah, that's what I needed. Now we're complete. The tahini did it. The tahini did it. I broke up that what am I trying to? I don't know the velvety. It was real velvety.
I have no clue what's going on. That's the truth. All I did was taste both drinks that he made, and I was like, I don't think I can do this one.
I could get with this.
But then because you go like, can we make anything better? And this kind of drink, when you can make this stuff that tastes like straight mud, this tastes like something we drinking out the dirt of Mexico. No disrespect to Hispanics, but if we walked in the backyard and grabbed a handful of dirt and ate it, that's what this drink tastes like. Just to be clear, this right here, that's what it tastes like, straight dirt, and it ain't it's just not worth it. And I go, bro, we gotta figure this one out. So we took a drink. Marcus had a good idea initially. He didn't think that the honey was gonna be that big of a difference. He made a custom simple syrup from honey, and I just was like, just add the honey, man. He's like, I'm thinking. Then he tried it. He's like, oh, damn, that works, boss. Honey removed the first sets of
First
flavor.
layer.
First layer.
First layer of bullshit.
Ginger beer took the next layer off, and then the tahini gave it that last bit of salt that it needed to keep you inspired to drink it. And mind you, the reason why I put it on the ice, people, is because we get a couple squares of ice, which we normally keep in the freezer. You get a good drink, this will hit your lips. When it hits your lips, you get the salt, which still takes your mind off the mezcal, to be clear.
So we all is. We're just distracting from the bullshit.
That's it. But let me tell you this. Like she said, she told me a second ago, she spent $90 on this bottle. I spent $90. It ain't going in the trash. Somebody gonna drink this mug. and I'm like, we gotta figure this one out, buddy. And I think we figured it out.
This is bearable.
That is a person who does not like mezcal, and I stand with her. I personally will probably never in my life buy another bottle of this, to be clear. But if I had to, and then I would. Because at least I know how to fix it. You ready?
You bought it or it was gifted to you?
No, I bought it. This is good for the B-roll too. So this is what we call a hot dog. The dogs are hot. And we want to make sure they get good and warm. Only for the purposes that, be it they've been in the cage for a little bit today. He said, huh, what you trying to do? You trying to hump and pull at the same time? What's going on, boy? You gotta make up your mind, buddy. You gotta make up your mind, buddy. But you like, man, when a dog gets super exacerbated, just like us, gets to that state where we've done enough, they'll sleep and rest a little bit better. Idle mind's the devil's workshop. So you gotta keep these jokers going, especially over 72 hours. If 72 hours ain't done, then they become super destructive. So Jamarcus technically was pulling them out to the sun so we can cook them a little bit more, turn them some real hot dogs. So guys, he's taking a shot of this Bozal Mezcal. Let's get his live reaction.
What is supposed to be? Tequila?
It is tequila now.
Tequila in them? Shit. Alright.
That is awful, isn't it, man?
Oh my god.
Bruh, that's like drinking dirt.
What are you supposed to?
You remember that Casamigos spot you bought?
Yes.
Because of Nick? Because of Nick's punk ass?
I'm trying to figure out what's the purpose of it. To taste like that. Is it like smoked or something?
Hey, the smoke
Very
is so, I told you, Marcus, I said, this tastes like somebody started a fire and just pour alcohol on it and just put it in a bottle.
Put some hair on your chest, man.
I get a nigga there though. I get a nigga there. I know that.
She really wants your attention. She's feeling.
So Mark, what I'm about to do now is do the same thing.
Stop.
Now, Jamarcus is measuring the things perfect. I'm like, yo,
Throw it in there.
I know what it should look a different color for I'm concerned. Put a little honey in that booger. And then a little ginger
What's
beer.
wrong with you?
Now go ahead and try this. Now that's been masked. So what we do, we start stacking the flavors and trying to get rid of it. All that butter. That's a different drink.
This is drinkable. It tastes like the what's the fucking? It's a Caribbean drink. Fucking Richard gonna know it. I keep forgetting it. Fuck, what is it? Fuck.
Manzatara?
Yeah, had that.
Manzatara?
Fuck, man. I wish Rich was here so I can just make him a drink.
Here a little shush.
Fuck, what is it?
But you can no longer taste this crap, can you?
Yeah, it has the
The smoke.
it has the fucking taste of it's a Caribbean drink that we drink, bro. It's fucking fuck. What time is it, man?
10:54.
Man, it's probably too late to call this nigga.
Try it now.
It's gonna come to me. Oh.
A what?
Way better. I could drink this all day.
Drinkable.
I could do this all day.
You can taste the difference,
It's not a rum punch, it's another drink that we drink, bro.
Probably rum spice or something.
It's a
Guys, Bozal. Now, Jamarcus and I in this episode, we figured out for one, we created a system so that we can ensure that our dogs are successful in and out of this home. In and out of this home, meaning, hey, look, they're being destructive and they're trying to get out of this home. Why would our dogs want to leave? Why? Because we're not being that entertaining. Also, this is awful. But we have got an answer. We have got an answer. An answer, a way that we can make this taste good. So, we're going to educate you on that as well. Now, Jamarcus made a simple syrup. A simple syrup, literally honey and water. Now, the beauty about honey and water is you can infuse it and make anything out of it. My fear is making everything out of it and drinking this whole bottle and trying to figure out what day it is. Guys, stay tuned. Take care of your dogs. The dogs have not subjected me to drinking. We're just having a good time. And if I'm being honest, I'm not depressed. I'm not moving slow. I'm not thinking less of myself. I'm tired, but that comes with the territory of being someone to a lot of people and people who are looking up and looking for answers. So thank you for watching, being supportive, taking care of your dog, and stay tuned because we're going to start showing you guys how to have fun with some of the stuff that you have in your home, probably some liquor, and even more important, keep having fun with your dogs. Thanks for watching.